Hey, what is up, people? Skywalker Hendrix here, back with another video for you guys today. And today we are looking at the C-3PO and R2-D2 from Attack of the Clones. Now, these two figures have been a kind of grail set in the collection for a while now. I've been waiting for a good R2 and 3PO to add to my Hot Toys collection, and when these came out, I knew I absolutely had to have them. And speaking of, the movie they're from, it is my favorite Star Wars movie, so that plays a big part of it. I don't know in the future if I will get a, classic traditional C-3PO and another R2 for maybe a original trilogy display, but for now these are the two that I really wanted in my collection. I love that Hot Toys did the episode 2 C-3PO, and as I have a complete Attack of the Clones line in my collection, very, very happy to get these guys added. And something I absolutely love about these Attack of the Clones 20th figures, they did a handful of figures for the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. That was very cool. And we got some cool packaging. They've done this style in the past, of course, being the Kenner style of packaging here. But both these guys look absolutely incredible in this packaging, and it's funny, you would never, at least I would never ever think to leave a Hot Toys in a package, but if you just had the urge, or especially the disposable income, to just have a few of these on the shelf in the package, I would obviously open them and get the plastic off of them, because that is what is kind of, especially on 3PO there, kind of glaring him up and doesn't look as great presentation wise. R2 looks fantastic though in the package. Just could be a cool display, even though, like I said, I would never ever display or keep Hot Toys in the box. It doesn't really make any sense with what they are supposed to be. But like I said, they did a bunch of figures in these style of packages. They've done them for a few different movies as well now. And yeah, like I said, I just really like how these turned out. And as I have a complete Attack of the Clones line in Hot Toys, just very cool to have all of these cool boxes. Alright, and getting C-3PO laid out in his packaging. First impressions, this guy looks absolutely fantastic. Now, he does come with some interesting accessories here. Hot Toys did coordinate a few releases. We'll get more into that as well with R2. But there are specific scenes in Attack of the Clones where C-3PO here has a B-1 battle droid head. And I guess if you just wanted to get a C-3PO for this look, you could do that here, and then get the regular gold C-3PO because they basically did two of this exact same figure. They just painted one like this and one gold for the Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary. So it is literally the same figure. It is Hot Toys' first C-3PO attempt, and yeah, I mean, very, very nice. Actually, I feel like they might have done a C-3PO for The Force Awakens, but I could be wrong about that. But first real, go at a modern C-3PO in the line. And yeah, just very cool that they decided. I think this was actually the first one announced, shortly followed by the standard gold version. But yeah, I have a connection to this movie in particular. So C-3PO, kind of before he was all nice and gold, I don't know, I like the look. And a favorite scene, I'm sure if you are a prequel kid, a favorite scene is Die Jedi Dogs. I mean, it was so funny as a kid seeing C-3PO mashed up with a battle droid. And yeah, very cool that Hot Toys did give us the accessories to make that happen, including the B1 blaster. Now, I do have the B1 battle droid. I actually have 2 of them, and funny enough, they come with a C-3PO head. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. You know, you don't have to get both figures if you just want one of the options there. As you know, you can throw this head on C-3PO, and then you just essentially have an extra C-3PO head, because the one they give you with the B1 is the exact same as this, so you don't really need to, for example, buy this to put this C-3PO head on the battle droid, if that makes sense. So yeah, just very cool that they did that. They didn't have to do that, but it's just very cool that they did. Now, taking a look closer at the blaster here, this thing is painted very, very nicely. Always love the paint jobs on the B1 battle droid and its accessories. I mean, I have said it. This paint job on this entire figure, the B1, which I'll show a little bit later in comparisons, one of the best paint jobs in the line, in my opinion. It just looks so good and so grimy. And speaking of paint jobs here, this guy also already has one of the best paint jobs. And something, I took all the plastic off this guy. Something to note, this figure is very heavy. This figure is made with die-cast parts. Now, this is my first die-cast figure. I do not have any figures with die-cast. Obviously the metal antenna here and there, like we just saw on the AT-RT, which I do have a review up on the channel. Go check that out if you haven't already. But there is a little bit die-cast on that, but nothing substantial, nothing, worth any type of weight. But picking this guy up when I first grabbed him, oh my gosh, this is legit. Like, I could work out with this thing. This thing is hefty, and obviously I grabbed around this area when I pick him up, and it is all metal. I mean, I think even down, like from this part down, is all metal. I think the chest even is too. I mean, there is a lot of metal on this guy. Even the upper arms are metal. The lower arms here are plastic, and along with the hands, of course. But it is pretty, I mean, this is a solid figure. This figure is shelf dive verified. I mean, this thing is just absolutely incredible. And the fact that he's like cold to the touch, it's kind of amazing. And I've never like quite understood the die-cast hype. I get it. It adds heft to a figure for some reason. Heavy things feel more durable, I guess. But I've never, and this is only for the fact that I just have never experienced a die-cast figure. And yeah, I totally 100% believe and buy into the hype of die-cast. This actually makes me so excited for the die-cast General Grievous coming out. That might, I say this about a lot of figures, but that might be my most anticipated release of 2025. But anyway, C-3PO, all that to say, this guy just looks and feels just so good. Really impressed me. C-3PO is one of those characters, you're not gonna pose him, or he's not very cool. He doesn't have that like cool factor in that, badass way. But he is, he is a cool character. But yeah, you're just not like expecting much, and that is just cool that they did that. Again, they didn't really have to do that, but they did decide to make him die-cast. That is just absolutely amazing in my opinion. But anyway, moving on to some hand options here. He doesn't come with like a ton of different hands, but then again, like I said, you aren't like really posing C-3PO like crazy or anything. So a few hands here and there to get the job done is good enough for me. And yeah, I mean, a little lighter on accessories, but I think it's everything you would need for an Attack of the Clones 3PO. Right, now taking a look at R2-D2 here. We were just talking about how C-3PO, didn't come with a ton of accessories, although he didn't really need to. R2-D2, I mean, he is jam-packed with accessories. This guy does come with a lot, and I was talking about how, Hot Toys added some accessories that went with other figures or were, from other figures, and this guy does come with the C-3PO head sculpt, as you are. Well, an option of display is to attach the kind of grapple hook or suction cup thing to 3PO's head and kind of have it like it's being dragged along in that, pretty funny scene as I was talking about. I loved that whole sequence as a kid, kind of the droid's little experience in the Battle of Geonosis, but he also does come with a massive tray of just different accessories, and very much like C-3PO, R2-D2 does have some die-cast in his accessories. This guy, really all these like thin parts are all die-cast, and the very cool part about them, as you just saw there, all of them are pretty much magnetic, which does help open all of the different ports on this guy. As you can see, you can pretty much do everything like that. No long nails required. That is just absolutely fantastic, and pretty much all of these are magnetic, so you can grab something like the Scomp Link if my thumb wants to fit in there, and use that as well to open different panels and all that fun stuff. So very cool, clever accessories with this guy, and the fact that he comes with everything, his little solder gun, as we do have a little piece of foam in there. But yeah, this just all very cool. I don't even know what this is, but again, all this stuff is die cast, so that is just very cool to see. His little saw, little claw hand thing, like a harpoon, Scomp Link, and he even does come with the little arms, I guess, and they are articulated, so that is very cool as well. I don't know how many I will put on in the video. Don't really think I'm going to use any of these on the display. Maybe I would have like the radar dish up, but other than that, I just don't see myself, very cool picture that Hot Toys did of him with just everything, like when he gets electrocuted and is kind of everything's going haywire. They did a cool shot of that, but I don't really want to recreate that in the collection, if that makes sense. Now this, you're probably wondering, what is this for? And basically one of these, I think it's the R, a couple of them, the R and the W, are buttons. Now this guy, obviously down here, has some batteries. So you can plug the batteries in this thing. This is a remote. So if you're sitting on your couch or whatever and want R2 to start making some noises or light up, the thing on his dome does light up, which is very cool. Now getting this guy out of the package, if he wants to come out, again, there's this really nice hefty feel to him because the dome is die cast. I mean, so clever of Hot Toys to throw in these die cast parts with these characters, because it makes them feel a little more, like I said, as they're not as exciting as other 6 scale figures are. They definitely have a presence and a purpose on the shelf, because that metal, I mean, you just can't really fake a metal dome like that. It just looks so good. So yeah, just amazing. But this light does light up. It goes from the blue and red flashing back and forth, so that is very cool. But yeah, getting this guy out, he just looks absolutely amazing. The paint job on these figures are superb. And yeah, looking at some of these accessories here, I did want to demonstrate, you know, they basically just plug on. They should be magnetic somewhere, I'm assuming. I don't know why it's acting. Maybe you can't put them all anywhere, but probably a smart move here would be to look in the instructions, but I don't really I don't do things that way. So yeah, I'm not sure where these things are supposed to plug in, but I do know that they do plug in. So that's about all I can tell you. Actually, I think it is over here somewhere. Yes. So these ones do just go on like so. I believe in these panels, you can basically put them anywhere. Which again, so nice that the things are magnetic, so you don't have to go in and kind of yoink those things open or scrape them with your fingernail. Just very clever engineering on Hot Toys' part. And as you can see, you can have R2-D2, you know, loaded up, ready to do some work. Like I said, he also does come with the saw. So I think this one actually does plug in this one. So you can plug that in there, and there you go. He is just ready to, you know, play Bob the Builder. He's, you know, going to town. Or like I said, you can have that kind of all, you know, getting zapped look to him, and that is just absolutely fantastic in my opinion, and adds a lot of display options for a very non-posable figure. All right, now getting these side panels off, you do just pull them off. I kind of put my finger right there and pulled it out. Very simple, straightforward. Again, I did not look at the instructions. Again, probably should have, but that's just, I don't have time for that. I'm a pretty I didn't do well in school, so I kind of learn things a bit better just by hands-on experience. But yeah, thrusters on this guy, you can kind of have him flying, and also they do give you a stand for that, so you can put him, you know, on the ground. This is what it would look like with him flying. Very cool that they added that. They didn't have to. They could have really just given you an R2-D2 maybe at a lower price point or something like that, as it's just not. Although, yes, sculpt work and the die cast and everything make for an involved figure, you know, they could have went the easy route and they didn't, and that's something I've been really commending Hot Toys for as of late, is they just have been doing a lot of things just solely for the benefit of the collector and really to make the best release possible. All right, now getting these two out of the package. Oh man, as non-posable they are, C-3PO's got a little bit of movement in him. The legs are almost non-movable at all. There is a hinge right there at the knee The thighs move back a little, but there's no like out or anything, and that's to be expected. You have metal die-cast pieces, and yeah, I mean, Anthony Daniels could not move in the suit. This Hot Toys probably moves more than he could on set, so that is of course to be expected. And like I said, you're not gonna pose a C-3PO in dynamic poses anyway. You're gonna have him standing next to R2 just like this. And when I stood them next to each other, this was a very special moment. I mean, these two droids, I feel like, are universally loved in the Star Wars fandom. They are a staple, as much as Darth Vader is probably the most recognizable, notorious character in Star Wars, C-3PO and R2 are right there. I mean, they're right there. When you picture Star Wars in your head, I think a lot of people picture these two, and these two figures are complete masterpieces by Hot Toys. I'm almost really considering these two, like this, to be the best single, not even single because they're two releases. These two figures are probably the best single representation of Star Wars that you could own. Having these two, if you don't collect Hot Toys at all and you just want two Hot Toys to represent Star Wars in your collection, get these two. These two figures are... I am speechless right now. These two figures are so good. I mean, so good. The die cast, next level. I mean, next level. I have been slowly debating and getting an Iron Man figure. I think it's game over after this point because a lot of those Iron Man figures are made out of die cast. I do not collect Marvel, but I've been toying with the idea of getting just a few Marvel Hot Toys, as I do have Deadpool, but that's different. I feel like that is a very deep connection for me personally as a character. But yeah, I mean, I just, after experiencing this diecast, oh man, General Grievous cannot come soon enough. That figure, if they are executed as good as these two, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. These two figures are so good. I'm legit just gushing over these figures right now, but they deserve it. Go get these figures. If you don't want the Attack of the Clones 3PO, they have this exact, which I am 100% getting the gold C-3PO now. There is no question at this point. This figure is that good, which means I'm in for another R2 as well. So, I mean, Hot Toys just sold 2 more figures off of 2 figures. So these are masterpieces. Go get these figures. You really don't have an option. If you are a Star Wars fan, you need these. I will probably never, me and my friends have a little joke about, I tend to enable with the Hot Toys buying and pre-ordering, but I would never say someone has to 100%, you need to get this figure, because at the end of the day, I think if the character has no meaning to you at all, you don't need to get that Hot Toy. But these two, if you like Star Wars at all, you need to get these. These are so good. So good. All right, and getting into really the only comparison I feel is worthy of these two. I mean, I could show a ton of figures with these two, but the kind of other companion piece, the trio, all these figures share accessories. The B1 Geonosis battle droid, which I also champion the B1, although it does not have any diecast. It is a masterpiece figure nonetheless. the engineering, the sturdiness, posability even of the B1, superb. And Hot Toys just really outdid themselves with the Attack of the Clones line in general. They went randomly hard for that movie, which I am, forever grateful for. Like I said, that is my favorite Star Wars movie. So having all these different niche looks for characters, this C-3PO, this battle droid even, aren't like the mainstay looks for these specific characters. But I mean, even Anakin and, some of those looks for those characters, which also we need, and this might be a tease for an upcoming video. We need an Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan so bad. I mean, yeah, just need that figure. But anyway, that's besides the point. I mean, not really. We need that figure. It would really, I think, complete the Attack of the Clones line. But with how many figures they did, I mean, it's probably up there for the most fleshed out line in Hot Toys. And yeah, I'm so happy. This movie and this collection just brings me so much joy when I look at, my favorite movie, and I have so many different characters from Jango Fett, Yoda, Dooku, Anakin, Padme, 3PO, a B1, a B2. I don't know if I said Jango Fett already, but so many great characters from this line. The clones, the clone they released from this line, I have 4 of. I'm planning on getting 2 more. I love the Phase 1 clone, so getting that shiny. The clone pilot, oh my gosh, what a good figure. All that to say, I mean, we're pushing 26 minutes here. I knew this video was going to be long, and I'm very proud of it, but yeah, it's been a blast to shoot this review. I'm loving collecting Hot Toys, so yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed. This was just 2 amazing figures to review and unbox for you guys, so like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and you need to go get these figures. So at the end of the day, guys, I hope each and every one of you guys enjoyed this video. And like I've said probably 50 times already, go get these figures. I can't even express or say enough how good these figures are. They've just really, really blown me away. They've been sitting in my room. I got both of these at ICC-Con. So they've been sitting in my room since October. I cannot believe it took me this long to open them. Obviously, a big reason of that is I'm waiting on a massive display case to come from Moducase, so I don't have like a ton of room to display figures right now, but I'm trying my best to keep pumping out the reviews and put these figures in random spots around my house in the meantime. So I do that for you guys. So yeah, just cannot believe these figures were just sitting in my room. It's crazy. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Shout out to my channel members. Y'all are the top G's, but I appreciate each and every one of you that watches my videos. Y'all are amazing. Like, comment, subscribe. Go put down in the comments why you're getting these figures. And if you're not, just comment nothing, because you need to go get these figures. Go get them. I don't want to see any comments saying I'm not going to grab these, because you need to. If you're a Star Wars fan, you need to. Now, if you don't care about Star Wars, I don't know why you'd be watching this video, but still, go get these figures. They're absolutely amazing. Anyway, guys, enough jokes. 30-minute video. Crazy. Thank you all. If you're still here, wild. I mean, David Edge, I don't even know if he could make a 30-minute Skywalker Hendrix ramble. I mean, this has been just, a display of mediocrity in just hitting record and just yapping for 30 minutes. So thank you guys. As always, may the force be with you. Ayy.